Hey, what up, y'all? Mr. Cruz here, the hardest worker in the room, back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can cook up melodies mad easy. Let's go. Now, as you can see, I'm in here in FL. Melodies, honestly, I want to give anybody out there hope. They used to be the hardest part of making beats for me. But recently, they've become some of the easiest parts, and a lot of it is just kind of due to practice.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
So for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to be using something called Scalar. Scalar is a MIDI effect plugin. It pretty much plays chords for you. There are a lot of different plugins out there that do this, but I'm going to use this. This is most of the time how I start out my beats, by starting out with a chord progression that I really like. Now, if you don't have Scalar in FL, I mean, you can just kind of cook up a melody or a loop however you want. Of course, if you don't have something like this, you can always go through like a chord chart to kind of figure something out.
What am I, a farmer?
So let's go with this. I know this is hooked up to keys right here. Let's go ahead and change the keys to Omnisphere. And I'm not gonna lie, it is hot in my room. I gotta turn the AC off. It just lets y'all know how much I love y'all. Don't take that too serious. All right, so I like that sound right there. Let's go ahead and open up Scalar. One of the things I love about Scalar, pause, is that I can type in certain words, like certain moods, and find out a chord progression that fits it. Let's type in tragic. It says sad and tragic, and let's select all notes. So a lot of harmonic minor. So let's try. Actually, no, I do C too much. Let's do G harmonic minor, and then let's figure out a chord progression. You know what? Let's go for. I kind of feeling something in a major scale.
Pick a lane.
All right, so I'm liking these two chords. All right, so let's see what this sounds like here. I'm sweating here, man. I really think I'm only going to use these first four ones, so let's move this off screen. Let's go into Omnisphere, and then all we're going to do is drag our MIDI. I just want the chords in. I'll arrange the chords how I want to after the fact. I'm going. All right, so that should be good. Let's turn the metronome on, make sure we got it. So scooch this back, then bring that one down. And then let's move this back again. And then I think it'll be this one here. Let's see how that sounds right here. Move this over and see how it sounds with this little other part at the end. All right, so I think I'm going to do this. Copy this one over, cut it. All right, that's money. So what I like to do with my chords, and you've probably seen tons of people do this, I definitely am not the originator when it comes to this.
That man's an imposter. That man is the imposter.
But I like to pitch the lower octave all the way down. And then let's pitch this all up. And then let's invert. So inverting is the process of pretty much taking middle chords, or the chords that you're kind of hitting in between the root note and whatever high note you're hitting, and pitching those a whole octave up. Now, since some of these are sevenths, so this one's a seventh, so I might switch these two right here. So let's see how this sounds. I don't like it.
Everyone in this room is now dumber
for having listened to it.
So there we go. We've got our chord progression laid out. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. I might change the instrument later, but what we're going to do now is we're going to create a counter melody on top of these chord progressions that we can kind of use to kind of carry out the rhythm of the beat. All I'm going to do is kind of play around with some notes that I'm going to draw in here at the top, and I'm going to just make sure that they are in the same scale, right? That's the important part, is that they're in the same scale so that they will sound good and they'll sound nice together. All right, so then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of chop some parts here to break these chords up, kind of to match what we're playing up here, but it doesn't necessarily, I'm not following a rule, if you know what I mean. I'm just kind of going off of what sounds good. So for example, here I see that I hit G5, and I hit G4, so it might sound good if I hit this one either at the same spot or maybe a little bit before. So let's see what it sounds like cut up before. And then maybe hit this one up high. Money. I'm really liking what I'm hearing. The only thing I'm not really feeling is the instrument that I picked, so I might change it up to something different. All right, so I'm liking this one right here. Let's see if we can pitch this up, see what it sounds like. Bam, there we go. We got a really dope melody. The other thing that I would add is I would probably just copy all of these notes right here. We're going to copy those, and then we're going to paste them onto our bass, just so we have that really, really nice low end kind of going there. The last thing I think it needs is just a really dope arcade vocal in here. You know, dope arcade vocal. Make it sound super nice, super dope. I'm gonna go to one of my favorite ones, which is actually called Aura or Distant Voices. Those two are really, really dope for like ambient background sound. So let's take a listen through some of these patches to see what we can find. Oh, money. I like that. All right, let's record that. Before I lose it, gotta record it. Boom, bounce that out, and man, we got ourselves a banger right here. Boom, and there we go. That's all it takes. Really quick hookup of a melody. Just starting out with a pretty basic chord progression. You know, I only hit 2 chords in the beginning and then 3.5 sort of. But there you go. A big part of it is just mainly sticking to the scale and messing around to seeing what feels good. I kind of have like my default patterns that I like to know, that I like to chop my chords into, and then experimenting with the octaves. You know, if you don't like the way something sounds in a certain octave, pitch it up or pitch it down, because you might get a different vibe and a different feel. But that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Mr. Cruz out.